Hi, this is Mark at Ding Dong's Garden. This is Holme Willow. It's extremely vigorous. Not only does it grow tall, it's probably about 9 feet tall right now. And the rods at the bottom, I'll show you in a second, are really thick, really big diameter. So if you're looking for structures or wood mass or just something that'll grow like crazy and take over an area, I would suggest Holme Willow. It's pretty good. I'm not sure if Holme Willow is used for basketry. It may be. Please comment if you know if it is or not. But it does have a nice shade of brown. And the rods don't have a lot of off branching, which is always important when you want to use willow for construction. You don't have a lot of off branching there. It throws out pretty straight rods. This has been drying for about 6 or 7 months now. And the color, of course, is completely different from the green we see in these live branches here. We coppice all of our willow to the ground in order to get that first year growth, that special characteristic first year growth. And it doesn't phase willow at all. It'll just keep growing if you prune it back to the ground or to a stump. It'll put out new shoots every spring. And these are pretty thick shoots here. It's mid-July here on Lopez Island, and we're pretty far north. So this will get even bigger as the summer goes on. I have another video on willow bed maintenance, and if you're interested in how we grow these, we basically put down drip tape for irrigation, and then we put weed barrier on top of that, and then we cut holes and put the cuttings in. So year after year it goes back. One thing I've pointed out in a couple of other videos is that every year we have to go through and slice back the weed barrier so that the trunk doesn't kind of choke off there. And you can already see it's growing around it, but I have to wait until the winter when we harvest this to be able to access everything, to expand that weed barrier by cutting around the trunk of all these trees. What we were just looking at was coppiced willow that had its second year in the ground. All of the branches were just from this year's growth, but the stump itself was planted about 18 months ago. And this is a cutting that we planted this winter about 6 months ago, and it's doing great. All willows, if you take a cutting and you stick it in the ground and there's sufficient water and sufficient sun, they will take root on their own and leaf out. So this is about 6 months growth on a cutting that we planted in the winter. And here on Lopez Island, we're pretty far north. So if you're further south of us or you have more heat than we do, you're gonna see a lot more growth than we do here. But that's just a new cutting. If you look up into the sky here in the same row, you'll see that's the tall willow rods that have grown just over the course of this year from a cutting that was planted 18 months ago and has really well established roots.